All right, family, welcome. This is a final edition of The Lead right here on Jamaicans.com. We're going to do a rebroadcast on Listos Radio and Super Jams. And, of course, got to say, I hope you guys had a great 2022. Looking forward to a better 2023. But, of course, 2022 has ended with some fiery statements out there in the world of track and field and sports in general. And the two main ones I'm going to be talking about tonight are one, Powell, that's Asafa Powell, and Elaine Thompson-Herah. They say they are stars and they need to be treated as such. What does that really mean in the context of everything? I'm going to talk to a couple of brethren about that, all right? So, God, we'd have some liquor rum bar talk the other night. I said, trust me, we need to talk to them straight about this. And also, what does it mean to win a schoolboy title? What is it to win a schoolboy title? Lascelles Graham went in on the Jamaica Gleaner and made a post about that, and I have my thoughts on that. So I'm going to share my thoughts on that with you as well. But those are my two main topics tonight. Of course, we mourn the loss of the great Nascimento Pele, died at the age of 82, greatest football player in the world. Yeah, what's that football over there? So greatest football player in terms of titles, in terms of everything that he's done so far. For the sport, he retired at number 10. So I remember back in my days when I run with number 10, that means he had a baller in the group. But anyhow, let us give our big shout out to my brethren, Patrick over there at D Dribbler Sports, at D Dribbler, fueling your passion. All right, go check them out on IG at D Dribbler. And of course, Jamaicans.com, host right here. Check them out, everything, Jamaicans.com. Really good stories that, manifest itself in so many different ways and connecting, as always, with people from across the globe and just Jamaicans all over the place. Xavier doing a great job. All the presenters doing a great job with the stuff that they have, especially the food stuff. I love that food stuff, man. I'm sorry I didn't get to see more of that black cake stuff, or somebody bake a whole cake in the presentation. But remember to follow us on It's The Sean Show on YouTube. And if you want to be a part of it, 754-200-1696 is always a number you could call, leave a message, and get your voice heard as well. But anyhow, let us get into something that occurred recently. And this, I believe this was actually from a podcast that Asafa Powell and his wife does. It's called The Powells, right? So the Powells look like they invited our track star, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Olympic champion, world champion, all these things that she's done so far for Jamaica, for herself. And it was broadcasted through Nationwide. And the guy who posted the video, he says, Asafa is a disgrace. That's what he said. Asafa is a disgrace. And Nationwide's post, Nationwide Radio in Jamaica, the post was retired track superstar, says Asafa Powell has branded several Jamaicans as ungrateful for not recognizing the privilege they enjoy for having the world-class sprinters remain living in the country. So the fast woman alive, Elaine Thompson-Herah, agrees. So let's check out the clip of what they had to say.
And I think one of the females probably recognized it was me, and she was like, Elaine, nothing, See, one of the boys shout out, oh, she just passed with so. Am I like, someone supposed to announce it?
That's what
I'm
in
the building. I'm there.
Exactly.
What's up,
And mind you, if you did that
what's wrong with
too,
Jamaican
they would say
people,
you're extra.
So me I say, what we supposed to do? What we fi do?
I don't know what's wrong with Jamaican people because I get that a lot, and from way back in the days I used to get them like, yo, so him can't say
When
when I walk around and yell up everybody,
me not get that part of
business
it. Like, what do you want from me? What you want me to do? You know,
what I mean?
and if I do say hi to you, probably look at me and front like a
That's the thing. Jamaican people don't respect.
They don't.
They respect and they try to categorize.
They don't.
Or they try to put us in a same circle as some regular
class.
Come on, man. We are superstars. We're not social media influencers.
I get it a lot.
We are superstars. We are celebrities. Yeah. We have a talent that we go out on the track. We go to the Olympic game. We do whatever. We represent the country. don't try put us in a basket with all of the other regular
I
people.
think it's a lot.
Yeah,
but I just don't pay them in the man because I know that's how they are. So
because I'm also in the same token, if you did go around and like announce your presence, they would also then be like, oh, you're
IP.
extra.
She IP and
In
she
Jamaican
chatty.
terms. She too hype. Me can't deal with her.
And she can't chatty, see?
Yeah. The way just walk in. Anywhere you walk into, just announce, hey,
Me there.
I'm here.
Hey, me there, I know.
Yeah.
Where say? Yo.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and no, that's just the thing I don't like about Jamaicans, and they don't understand how privileged they are to have us even living in Jamaica.
Right.
Because,
That's true.
like, imagine if we all didn't live in Jamaica, who would they get to brag about and
Nobody.
approach
Okay.
and even just walk up and take a picture with we are,
Yeah.
all that stuff. The ungratefulness is just real out there.
The
you know what I
kids
mean?
are more genuine than the
Yes,
older folks.
definitely.
The kids are more, they're easy to gravitate to, but the older ones, I don't know what they're thinking.
we call
If
it
they
them
probably think that we think that
entitlement.
we're better than them or something
entitlement.
like that, but they're the one that do the acting up thing.
Right.
Whoa. People, y'all heard it. Someone bring him a brethren. Yo, brother, walk on.
Yeah.
They are. Boy, I don't know if I call you tonight, but I call you something, see?
Right.
I call it the great. See?
Okay.
Call you the greatest. Yo, welcome to the program, The Great.
Man.
Yo, Regin, you hear that? You's a great youth, and you did wear the colors on them something, and and I win medal on them something, brother. Now, you've been retired years now, Zane. But how that make you feel when you hear that, when you hear them utterances there?
Well, I have to try and understand the dynamics of how people are receptive to people who have done great things for Jamaica. I know back then it was a little different. I know, and it's probably the same. Like, for example, if you're putting on a show or an act or anything that is done that draws attention to people, I know sometimes the fans could be dormant, like they don't give a response, and sometimes the MC will say, well, guys, show your appreciation and clap or make an applause or anything like that. So I know there is that. I remember when I was at Sam Sharp Square, when the Olympic team came and we were walking across a small stage, a couple of us. And while they were showcasing the athletes coming back from the Olympics, the people in the crowd, they weren't, it looked as though they weren't excited. So it is something that I understand about the people of Jamaica. Now, there is
So I said the man in the rate you. That you tell me, so the man in the rate you.
Yeah, that was the feeling. And then there was somebody, and then the host of the meet, they were saying, well, guys, at least, he was trying to get the crowd to be a little bit more excited. Now, I cannot speak for Asafa and what he has experienced. I can only speak for what he says. So I don't know what he's experiencing. Maybe he's, at a store or pass by or at the stadium, just, anywhere. And maybe he wants the type of reception where people recognize him, or I don't know what his angle or why. Maybe it is just a collective how he's been received. And so I understand that about the people. Now, I also know that, and these are just my words, that, Jamaicans, they don't really get that overly excited, of mega stars, whether as a visitor or local people. And I've known, like, even Diane Hemmings, she doesn't have a statue, and she's our first Olympic gold medalist on the female side. And then there were cases, there were scenarios of athletes not feeling appreciative. So I know that there is that there. So I don't know what he's experiencing, but while I could speak on what he says to the regular fans out there, who you have to, some people you have to explain things to, or some people are just regular Jamaican fans. Like, it come across as harsh in terms of the words used, how it's been expressed. Now, some people may say, well, to the ardent fans, to the gurus of track and field, they will probably take it as well. They will give him a pass of how it's been expressed. There's a deeper meaning to what he's saying based on how harsh it comes out. So maybe a PR person could just
but great one.
Yeah.
I could talk about what I'm specifically saying.
Right.
Them should have glad so we even live at Jamaica. Or you say that to the people, them, brother. No matter what them say or how they make you feel. Or you actually say that to the people, them.
Yeah, that is the harshness of how that comes out. Now, I don't know what he's feeling for him to say that, but that is a bit harsh. I guess he's saying, I guess that could be interpreted as, well, if you reach a certain level of stardom, then you living overseas is above being local or being down there. Or I don't know where that is coming from, but that, that message could be taken like that way. So yeah, that statement is I could see could draw a lot of opinions.
A lot of opinions. Let me tell you something. Those two people that I saw on that show, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't rate the things that come out of Elaine Thompson's mouth. She has been extremely disingenuous in how she presents herself, even in the public. Because I remember when she went on, must say ESPN or one of them program there, where she categorically said she has stay at the camp, and then 2-2s she left the camp, right? Now, I don't know what was the angle why she did that. So things will come from me not trust. And when she go up on the back and forth and the two side last between the Powells and Asafa, me not rate the two of them now, even way more now, because Asafa 2 years ago they found video ball, or it hard for the athlete, and please we need you to understand these things. I know you come to them and say, man, a star. Come on, man. Me not trust none of them. Me not trust two of them.
I know the crowd has been supportive of Asafa's ups and downs, not winning a title, and they were still rallying behind him. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything where it's been like an outrageous thing coming from the fan, not showing their support towards him. From my vantage point, he has a healthy support, whether he wins, whether he loses.
And that is why I'm particularly outraged at what he said, that we are stars. Don't treat me like a regular, right? And you're supposed to glad to me still live at Jamaica. No, sir. So I mean, if he fix up himself, and please stop company thing. Shut down your channel for a little bit. Because the apology what you try to make the other day, that didn't really make it neither. Because
I didn't know.
I didn't know. He might double down on the thing, brother, in certain essences. But we're not really getting to that because we never get to find out that the clippings what me want from that. But trust me, great one. Let me tell you something, man. No, man, the two of them, me not with none of them. Because them too disingenuous. And to me, maybe because I kind of grew up around the sport as well, and grew up around people who accomplish things. You find that they are regular people. Right? At the end of the day, they are regular people. So when you take on these personas that I'm a star, you don't get to touch me, you don't get access to me, and you should be happy I live here and worship the ground I walk on, that's where the people going to turn on you and this year even more. So
well, I grew up conservative, and I think that stance is heralded even more. Even Pele, he has disagreement with other players, and they would expect him to go at other players. But I think what supersedes what made him look even greater is that he never tackled any of those issues that was coming against him, and that made the people wanting to show more love towards him. So if I am in a town square and I'm walking among the people, greeting them, I mean, I like that picture, as opposed to perhaps, want to be recognized. It is a difference. I mean, it sells a different story when you can move with the people, walk with them, as opposed to probably wanting to receive from them. I think that would probably generate more vibe to be around you if you could really blend with them, socialize with them, rather than just signing autographs or anything like that, but trying to have a conversation with them, be with them, mingle with them, move with them. That sells, and these are just my words. That sells a better story to me. Now, I don't know what he's experiencing. I don't know if anybody tried to throw a bottle at him. I don't know, but I don't know.
What riled him up?
Yeah, but I just know that if a celebrity or a superstar can walk among the people, to me, it sells a great story.
That's why them love Shelly, and that's why them appreciate Bolt. Anyway, brother, great one. What touch your road, Zane? I call next, but trust me, like your inside still. Just keep up the good work, yeah?
All right, respect.
Yeah, man, that was a great one. Family. Trust me. It's I'm gonna try to catch you next bridge right about now. All right, let me see if I'm available, because sometimes I'm I do a whole heap of thing, I call him live on the show right now, I call him because some of the utterances, because this bridge put me on to it, Zane?
Hello?
Yeah, man, I mean this, man. This bridge put me on to the video. You have 2 minutes for me?
If it's 2 minutes, you have 13 minutes actually.
All right, 30 minutes. That's a good time, That's more time than we need right now, But anyway, brother. So we listen to the Asafa, the Elaine, and so forth. And please, nobody curse now, because I know sometimes you get hot under the collar.
Okay, I haven't listened. I gather that the interview is lengthy interview, and I only listen to the excerpt that I see on Facebook.
Right. So what you get from the excerpt? What you get from the excerpt you see on Facebook?
To put it, they both Asafa and Elaine, are idiots. Just say it and done. Right? These are accomplished people.
Yeah.
Accomplished, successful people in their 30s that have traveled the world.
Right.
Right? Very accomplished, very successful. They're not young anymore. Both are in their 30s. It was idiotic of them to say what they said.
Mm.
If they thought that, they should have kept it to themselves or spoken about it in private.
Right.
That should not have been made public. There are some things that you can have in your brain that you should not allow to come out of your mouth.
Mm.
So that's how I see.
How you think him? How him should have sell himself as a star then in a Jamaica?
Well, the first thing, nobody is better than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And all the youngsters that I, try to talk to on varying levels in college, in high school, I always tell them, and I always put it this way, right? You are not better than anybody, but you and some other people are not the same.
But me can jump. I jump 6 foot, 10 foot tall. How comes? Why me and them are not the same? Talk to me.
Well, if you used to hold a world record, Right? The average man doesn't.
Right.
So you are not better than he is. But you and him is not the same either.
You're not better as a human
you
being.
Need to hold a world record.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Elaine and most Jamaican women is not the same. She was able to run 10:54.
Mm-hmm.
She have back-to-back gold medal, which is maybe the first in the world. Right? So she's not better than the average Jamaican woman, but she and them is not the same either. But you're definitely not better than anybody, and nobody's better because you live in the country. I'm just saying.
You should have glad some live here.
Right?
We didn't land on this beach. This beach landed on us.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous, and this is why people don't like them. This is why the fans don't like them, like in the same way they like Bolt and
Shelly
and
Sherika
and
Brianna,
whoever else.
Uh-huh.
Right? Even some foreign athletes, them like more than them like, them own. And it's because they stay and they behave in ways like this.
I'm going to tell you something. About 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Asafa driving them carrying a bar about him Asafa Chronicles. Whole life hard
I remember.
feed. I know you come on TV, come on your program about your star.
Yeah.
So why?
And I don't mind him saying him is a star because he is. Right? I see him as a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Most people in Jamaica know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have your country has given you a national award. I don't know if it's OD or OJ or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you are a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
But that still don't make you better than anybody else.
You see it.
Right? And this is because they believe him on hype. I'm sorry, Asafa, you're not better than me.
You're not better than me.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, because, at the end of the day, Garnet Silk say a man is just a man. All right, so you have about 8 more minutes with me, right? And we're going to the next thing because you put me onto a next article from Lascelles Graham in the Gleaner. I think it was a Tuesday edition, and he was talking about the plight of winning a schoolboy football title, right?
Yes.
And more I'll talk to you about that one because that particular topic, it resonates with me because I kind of feel like I see where alumni and certain, people within the society put so much on this this desire to win this goal, win this trophy, that it supersedes everything else. What would it take on Lascelles' points?
I agree with him 100%. Past students are free to spend their money as they choose. It's them alone work for it.
Okay.
So it's them alone supposed to spend it however them choose to. Right? So I don't really have a problem with the past students supporting the program. But I do have a problem with the reason the past students are supporting the program. And that is the win at all costs idea. It's not helping anybody, and it's just nonsensical to me.
I remember I had a discussion with the JC Old Boy a couple years ago, when it was on them like a 3-year streak in the mid-2000s, or whenever it was. And he must say them supposed to get ticket because them are bring crowd and them are doing this. And I said, Bridget, it's a high school competition and a phone prerogative you could spend $10 million.
Yeah, nonsense. You see, and I remember that, and it made it to the newspapers and all of that. And my response at the time was, okay, so you go and leave champs, right? Since you want to pull out a champs to show is this and show is that. Don't go to champs. You and Casey and Calabar don't go to champs. Y'all have Chevron track. Have a 3-team meet and tell me how that works out for you. And tell me if champs don't suffer.
Yeah.
It's like the idiocy where that the people say, you know, Jamaicans to stop going to pen relays because pen relays going to flop. All right, try it. You all test it. Pen relays was before Jamaica went there and will be there after them stop.
Amen.
Because all pen relays has to do is expand when they used to have the USA versus the rest of the world and bring in these foreign athletes and these big name athletes. And you watch and see if the crowd not going to be there.
The crowd
might
will
be a
there.
different set of people, but it will be the same numbers.
Just not you.
Okay, right?
All right,
You
but
know, it's just what it is.
in the article, Lascelles talks about athletes who go to a particular school. Let's say one of the big three is Calabar. Let's say one of those schools that recruit heavily. He talks about how kids who get spaces into those schools through common entrance or GSAT or wherever it is, who may or may not have talent, but they're sidelined because the team recruits people from the outside.
Yes.
Who is losing more? The kid who didn't get a chance or the kid who was given a chance who took the space? Or the kid
that study got into the school and is overlooked. You don't even try to develop his talent. He's losing because he's sitting out the sport altogether. You see that child that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Which school Asafa Powell went to?
Charlemont.
Okay. Was he the world record holder?
At the time, no.
Right. Did he become a world record holder?
Several times over.
Okay. Did he win anything at champs?
No. I can't remember.
What school Bolt went to?
William Nib.
Okay. He got the world junior record while he was at William Nib.
Correct.
How many times William Nib with champs?
0.
Hell, how many times William Nib come in the top 10 at champs?
0.
Okay. And he's considered, arguably, although I don't agree, the greatest, track sprinter ever, track and field sprinter ever. So what Calabar and KC and JC and Woolmers and St. Diego have to do with that?
Exactly.
Right? Would you like me to call the list, mention a list of names of people who went to those schools who don't come to nothing on the track?
But even look at somebody like myself. Remember, I got into the sport on what we call a whimsical bet. And I end up on a team at Calabar solidly for 6 years, 5 years?
Yes.
Even get a scholarship and all them something to go on track at Division 1 and so forth.
Yeah. And got your master's because of that, right?
Right. So I would have been that kid who was passed over if I didn't step out there and try, or even been invited on this whimsical bet, on this whimsical journey.
Right.
And I think that's what Lascelles is talking about, and that you just mentioned, the guy who's there legitimately, right?
But he didn't. Yeah. Rummy and Beckford. Buff Bay.
Yeah.
Commonwealth team, Commonwealth final. He hasn't broken into the world championship or Olympic level yet, but he's only 20.
Right.
He's hail from Buff Bay.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to graduate before he's 21 years old. What not going to KC or Calabar or JC or Woolmers or wherever have to do with him?
Zero at this point.
Not being given the opportunity.
It's zero at this point. And I think, when I look at so many athletes who get riled up and, that are going to this school or being recruited or want to go to this school, and when they go there, they become benchers. They don't get playing time, running time, or any time because the rules dictate you can only use so many people. But yet say you will sit here, right? And the one thing, too, before I go, on winning these titles, I was on a Calabar team that won 3 straight. And I can tell you something.
Yeah.
There is nothing that I won in those 3 seasons, right? Apart from the personal growth that I got from it, there's nothing outward or in that significance. It's not like I can walk into a bank. Yeah, a bank and say, somebody up on the team will win 3 years straight, coach, or Mr. President. Or Mr. President.
Don't go to the bank. Go to Mr. Chin grocery store. Ask him for a pound of flour.
The only thing I remember, we got these commemorative pens, right? And those pens were gone in like another week. The dash where somebody thief it from you.
Yeah, at that age, you're not going to keep a pen. Hell, at this age, you may not keep a pen.
Right? So to me, those little treats that we get after winning champs, it amounts to zero. It amounts to zero. Your medals.
Correct. You're correct.
Your medals change color. The pictures are faded, and it's only the stories you have when you meet up with your teammates that really make it memorable. And again, that's from a personal side, but its tangibility, its value is not
zero.
So you really have to find a different channel or different value added to it to make it work for you.
Yep.
So even if you win or don't win, at the end of the day, life will be its life. Well, life will be life, and you have to still figure that out. So my advice to anybody.
And the point is, listen, the point is one, right?
Mm.
You see these coaches that are paid by these past students, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a youth from Buff Bay can make it into college up here in the high jump,
Mm.
right? There is no reason why a youth from any other school cannot make it if the coach does his thing with the very best interest of the young athlete at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't tell me about opportunity. You have hundreds of schools up here that are willing to give out scholarships. And once them here, Jamaican, yeah.
I got caught with that while coaching in high school. This girl said she come from Jamaica. I was like so happy to have her on the team. Oh my goodness. She didn't really work out, but hey, life is good. But I get it.
Yeah.
You get excited when you hear somebody's from Jamaica.
Yeah. Plus, you get into a junior college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't become an NCAA champion. You don't make a national team. But hell, you do get a degree. Right? And, you find a husband or a wife, and you might even get, a house with a white picket fence and 2.5 children.
And a dog. Remember the dog.
and a dog. Yeah. And what's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with that.
Isn't that what all of us aspire to first?
That's where we are.
Right? So, I don't know. You can't tell me if that must be a coach. That coach, I don't even know his name.
Mm.
If he could send away an athlete in the high jump, right, at age 16 or 17, to a junior college up here, then don't tell me that you have to go to KC or Calabar to get a scholarship.
For 2 years.
I'm not buying it.
All right, brother. We know your time is up. So listen, man. Appreciate it very much. Have a happy new year. And thanks for the insights as always, man.
All right, man. No problem.
All right. So that was another one biting the dust, so to speak. Because trust me, it is ridiculous with what we've seen a lot of times with these athletes and, the alumni association that is behind the thing and making all the noise about this and about that. And really and truthfully, is very disingenuous. So my advice is, parents, athletes, if you're out there listening, and if you're a fan or a well-wisher to another athlete, right, just let them know, say, even if them don't go on in big top 3 school, them can still get it done. They can still get done. Shelley went to Wolmer's, both went to William Mabe, and Asafa went to Charlemont, right? Not the best, I'm just use Asafa because I'm not really too up on him side right now still. But, for make the point still, you get to what we're saying, so don't believe it's the end of the world just because, all right? And just develop yourselves. And in the meantime, family, that's our time here, getting ready for the New Year's Eve, and the New Year, the ball drop, wherever you're doing, whatever you're doing. Just try to be safe as possible. There may be some things going on you want to be a part of, don't want to be a part of, but at the end of the day, just be safe. This is the final episode for this year, and we'll be back next week with some more The Lead. As always, your host, Sean Garrity. We up out of here. Have a very, very good and productive one.